All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. As always, I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. And Shalom to the hopeful elect. You all came out there across the four corners of the earth, pushing out this word in all truth and sincerity. This is the brother Naroya, one of the brothers coming up under the men of Great Millstone, the branch out in Des Moines, Iowa. And of course, under our apostles and elders on down. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, just back here with a lesson. All right. And the topic of this video, as you brothers see in the title, is Cleave unto the Lord. All right. And the subtitle is The Spirit of Susanna. All right. Because the inspiration for this video comes out of the history of Susanna and the Apocrypha. All right. And if you brothers have read this account, you know it's a very beautiful account, man. All right. But for those who haven't, through the spirit, we're going to get into it. All right. We're not going to read the whole account, just pretty much the main points, that give the overall understanding of what's going on, man. And how it relates to those who are serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. The elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number, man. We are as Susanna, okay, in this account, man. All right. Because we're going to see what she had to go through, man. All right. What she was faced with. All right. And how she trusted in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and ultimately was delivered, man. Okay. So through the spirit, we're going to get into it. Lord willing, this video will be edifying. All right. So this is the history of Susanna. Starting from the top, it says, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelseas, a very fair woman and one that feared the Lord, right? So it's describing Susanna as a very fair woman, all right? A very beautiful woman to look upon, but what? A woman that feared the Lord, all right? And we know that the Lord has likened Israel into a comely and delicate woman, all right? Furthermore, the elect, those who are serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right, those who are waiting for the bridegroom, man, Yahweh Shai, all right, we are as the Lord's woman. So jumping down to verse 5, it says, the same year were appointed two of the ancients of the people to Salakia. The same year were appointed two of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of, that wickedness came from Babylon from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people, right? So there were these two ancient judges. There were these two elders that were appointed to be judges, man. All right, and you could just imagine they were well respected. They were men of high status. They were men of high renown. All right, but they were wicked, man. So verse 6, it says, these kept much at Joachim's house, and all that had any suits in law came unto them. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk, and the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her, right? So these two elders, these two ancients of the people, every day saw Susanna walking in her husband's garden. Keep in mind, this is a married woman, all right? But what? Their lust was inflamed towards her, man. They wanted Susanna, all right? They desired her. They desired for her to commit adultery against her husband and to lay with them, man, all right? Susanna was as a piece of meat unto them, man. All right. And it's the same mindset that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, has towards the elect. All right. Towards the Lord's chosen. Okay. Or as a piece of meat to this devil, man. This devil is salivating over the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Because 2/3 of our nation and the wicked of our nation. All right. This devil already has them. All right. He desires those that are serving the Lord, man. He wants us to defile ourselves with him, to commit spiritual fornication, to commit spiritual adultery against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. His lust is inflamed towards the Lord's elect, just as the lust of these two elders were inflamed towards Susanna. Okay, so verse 9, it says, and they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven nor remember just judgments. All right. So these wicked elders were lusting over Susanna. Every day they were watching her in her husband's garden, man. All right, so jumping down to verse 15, it says, and it fell out as they watched a fit time. She went in as before with two maids only, and she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. And there was nobody there save the two elders that had hid themselves and watched her. Right, so once again, Susanna was in her husband's garden. But this time what? She was derobed, man. All right, she was getting ready to wash herself, like I said, for it was hot. And once again, those two wicked elders, those two wicked ancients of the people were there watching her, man, inflamed in their lust, all right, while she was defenseless, while no one was around, okay? And this is what Esau Edom is going to try to do. Esau Edom is going to try to round us up. He's going to try to get us, man, when he thinks that we're defenseless, all right? But what did the scripture say? When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, man. And the Lord lifted up a standard against Susanna, man, or for Susanna, Salakia. Verse 17, it says, then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors that I may wash me. And they did as she bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves at privy doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders, because they were hid. Right? So them wicked elders was like, hey, this is our time, man. It's now or never. All right? We got to go do this, man. Okay? Being inflamed in their lust. Verse 19, it says, now when the maids were gone forth, the two elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee. Therefore consent unto us and lie with us. Right? So they ran up on her, man. All right? It was like, hey, nobody can see us. Ain't nobody around here. You know, we are in love with you. You know, consent to us. All right? Commit this act with us. Okay? Lie with us. Commit adultery against your husband with us. Okay? And what did they say in verse 21? If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee, that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy maids from thee. Right? So they said, hey, if you don't do this with us, all right, if you don't get down with us, if you don't commit adultery with us, you know, we're going to bear false witness with you or against you, Salaki. All right? We're going to say that you committed adultery with a young man. Okay? And it's going to be your word against ours. And we elders, you know, we're respected. We're high renown. Okay? So who you think they're going to believe? And this is what Esau, even the so-called white man, is going to do, man. All right? This devil is going to try to bear false witness against us, man. Call us terrorists. Say that we a hate group. Try to lay charges on us that we did not do, man. But the Lord said this would happen, all right? This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 11. It says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake, all right? And this is what this devil is going to do, man, all right? If we don't conform to the wickedness that this devil is pushing, you know, Esau is going to try to come around us up, man, you know, and say, hey, if you don't take this jab, if you don't take this mark, we're going to say this about you. We're going to put your name out on the news and say you did this, call you a terrorist, say that you initiated this, all right? We may even put you to death, okay? Just as they were doing with Susanna. If you don't do this, if you don't lay with this, we're gonna bear false witness against you, man, okay? And you can just imagine in that moment what Susanna did not feel blessed. She was probably like, why is this happening, man? I didn't do none of this shit. What's going on? All right. And we may feel the same way, man. We may feel like, man, what's going on, man? You know, we may not feel blessed, but the Lord said, hey, blessed are you when they shall say all manner of evil against you, man. All right. Against you falsely. Okay. Because the Lord is going to deliver us, man. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. Okay. So going back into Susanna. All right, so Salaki, it is Susanna 1. And in 21 again, it says, if thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy maids from thee. And Susanna sighed and said, I am straitened on every side, for if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hand. Right. So she was in a tough spot, man. Like I said, she was straitened on every side. She was thinking within herself, you know, if I do this, if I commit this wicked act, if I commit adultery against my husband and lay with these wicked elders, it is death unto me because I sinned against the Lord. But if I don't do it, if I don't conform to what they want me to do, then what? I cannot escape your hands. And pretty much, hey, I gotta deal with whatever comes upon me, man. All right. So we have to be in this same spirit. OK, regardless of what this devil tries to get us to do, we have to resist him, man. All right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, even if it means death. All right. But what? We don't want to sin against the Lord, man, because then it's definitely going to be death. All right. So verse 23, it says, it is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it than to sin in the sight of the Lord. Right. So, hey, Susanna was like, hey, it's better for me not to do this wicked act and to deal with whatever comes upon me than to do it and to sin against Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. We have to be in the same spirit, man. All right. Because Susanna feared the Lord, as it said. OK, she did not fear them, man. Even though she was straightened on every side, she feared Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, man. All right. And we have to be in the same spirit. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. It says, and fear not them which can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Right. So even if this devil Esau Edom rounds us up, man, and tries to give us that ultimatum, oh, if you don't take this jab, if you don't take this mark, if you don't denounce your faith, if you don't conform to to what we want you to do, if you don't defile yourself, if you don't commit this spiritual adultery, hey, we're gonna say you did this. We might even kill you. But what did the Lord say? Fear not them which is able to kill the body, man. All right. But rather fear him which is able to destroy the body and soul in hell. Right. We ought to fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, man. We ought to obey the Most High rather than men. All right. And this is what Susanna did, man. She obeyed the Lord. She feared Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Regardless of whatever those elders said was going to happen to her, man. Okay. And this is the mindset we ought to be in, man. Whatever we're faced with. All right. So back at Susanna. This is Susanna. We're going to jump down to verse 34. It says, Then the two elders stood up in the midst of the people and laid their hands upon her head. And she, weeping, looked up toward heaven, for her heart trusted in the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Right? So Susanna trusted in the Lord. All right? She trusted that the Lord was going to deliver her, man. Okay? Regardless of all that false accusations, regardless of the humiliation that she had to bear, man. All right? In front of her family, in front of her friends, in front of the congregation. Okay? The charges that were laid up against her. She trusted in the Lord, and we have to continue to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, regardless of anything that comes upon us, man. Regardless of any accusations that Esau Edom tries to say we did. All right? We got to trust in the Lord. Okay? So jumping down to verse 41, it says, Then the assembly believed them as those that were the Then the assembly believed them as those that were the elders and judges of the people, so they condemned her to death. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice, saying, O everlasting power, thou knowest the secrets, and knowest all things before they be. Thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me, and behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me. Right? So she cried to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right, she prayed to the Lord and said, Lord, you know that these elders have are bearing false witness against me. That I never did any of these things, man. All right. But what? The Lord heard her voice, man. And we have to realize, hey, that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to hear our voice, is going to hear our cries in the midst of our affliction. All right. In the midst of these false accusations that Esau Edom is going to try to lay on us, man. Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 15. In verse 29, the Lord Yahweh is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. Right? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to hear the prayers, hear the cries of those that are serving him. All right? Of those that are doing what's pleasing and what's righteous in his eyes. Just like he heard the cries of Susanna, man. All right? And delivered her in her time of affliction. The Lord is going to hear our cries. All right? I'm going to get this in the book of Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 34 and 17. The righteous cry, and the Lord Yahweh heareth them, and delivereth them out of all their troubles, man. Okay? Regardless of anything that we're faced with, regardless of any troubles that come upon us, man. All right? The Lord is going to hear our cries and deliver us out of them troubles. All right? Deliver us out of that affliction. Okay? Deliver us out of that those false accusations, man. Okay? Verse 18, it says, The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh delivereth him out of them. All right. And this was Susanna's time of affliction, man. Okay. And she trusted in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai that the Lord was going to deliver her. And the Lord did, man. All right. By putting the spirit on the prophet Daniel to make inquisition of the matter. Okay. And to find out that those elders were lying, man. Okay. And ultimately what? Those elders were put to death, and Susanna was found to be innocent. All right. So we have to believe that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to do the same things for us, man, regardless of whatever is brought upon us, regardless of whatever false accusations and false charges are laid upon us, man, that the Lord is going to deliver us out of our time of affliction. Okay. So from there, I'm going to go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, This is Sirach. Chapter 2 and verse 2, it says, Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Why shouldn't we make haste in our time of trouble, man? Because the Lord is going to deliver us out of our time of trouble. Just like he delivered Susanna. Okay. because this was her time of trouble, man. All right. These elders, man, inflamed in their lust, wanted her to commit adultery with them, man. All right. And said, if you don't do this, hey, we're going to say you did this and you're going to be put to death. But what? Did she make haste in her time of trouble? No. All right. Because her making haste, what? Would have been to conform to what they wanted her to do. And then she would have sinned against Yahweh Shai. Hey, she would have been put to death, man. Okay. But she cleaved unto the Lord. All right. She trusted in Yahweh Shai that the Lord would deliver her, man. And we ought to be in the same spirit, man. Okay. When this devil grabs us up, man, and tries to give us that ultimatum, and say, hey, if you don't do this, if you don't take this jab, if you don't take this mark, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to put you to death. All right. We ought not to make haste in our time of trouble, man, but cleave unto the Lord. All right. And how did she cleave unto the Lord? She cried unto the Lord, man. She prayed unto Yahweh Shai. All right. And the Lord, the Lord delivered her, man. And we got to believe the Lord is going to do the same thing for us. Like it says, and depart not away that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. All right. And in the end, what? She was found to be innocent. She was found to be blameless, man. All right. We want to be found to be innocent. We want to be found to be blameless. All right. So from there, we're going to go to the book of We're going to go to the book of 1 Corinthians. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. It says, there hath no temptation taken you, such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it, right? So whatever befalls us, man, whatever temptations that we're faced with, even if it's Esau Edom grabbing us up, man, and telling us that he's going to put us to death if we don't do this or we don't do that, we have to realize what, man? That the Lord is not going to put anything in front of us, that we're not going to be faced with anything that we cannot overcome through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. All right? The Lord is not going to put any obstacles in front of us that he knows our spirit can't handle, man. All right? Like it says, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. All right? That was Susanna's time of temptation. She could have conformed to what those wicked elders wanted her to do and committing adultery with them, man. All right? But what? She resisted them through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Okay? And the Lord put the Spirit on her to endure that. All right? To bear that, man. And what? He made a way to escape. Once again, putting the Spirit on the prophet Daniel, man. Okay? To intervene. All right? Ultimately, what? He pulled the two elders separately. He pretty much interrogated the elders separately. If you want to go and read the rest of the account, all right? The Lord put the Spirit on Daniel to make inquisition of the matter, and he pretty much interrogated the two elders separately, man. And their stories were different. He pretty much asked them, under what tree did you see Susanna commit this act? And they both said two different trees, man. And they ended up being put to death, all right? And the Lord allowed a way for Susanna to escape, man. Okay, and bear that temptation, okay? Bear that moment of affliction, moment of adversity. And we have to believe that Yahweh Shai is going to do the same thing for us, man. Regardless of whatever we're faced with, the Lord is going to make a way to escape, all right? To give us that expected end, man, which is salvation, which is deliverance from the hands of these devils, man, okay? And that we're going to be able to bear it, that he's going to put the Spirit on us to bear it, man, okay? If we cleave unto him, if we depart not away from him, all right? If we don't defile ourselves with this devil, man, okay? If we don't commit that spiritual fornication, that spiritual adultery with this devil, but continue to be cleaved unto the Lord, all right? And he's going to deliver us just how he delivered Susanna, man, okay? Lord willing, we be a part of that number, all right? So cleave unto the Lord. Okay, so that's all I had through the Spirit. Lord, when this was edifying, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakodash. As always, I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Now, y'all came out there across the four corners of the earth, pushing out this word in all truth and sincerity. All right, with that, I'm going to say shalom.